Bert Oliva's Mastermind Circle.
Welcome back. Welcome back to another Mastermind Circle session. I'm really excited for today's session. There's a special guest that we're going to have today, and also two special guests, because I'm going to have Alexa do the interview with me. So before we get started, I want to first of all thank everyone that's here, all our members, loyal members that are here, and I want to also thank the new members that we have. This is a great community, and you will see, for those of you that are new, the more you interact, the more you get involved, the more you grow together. You learn from each other. There's people here doing business with each other around the world. So this is a great platform. So with that being said, before we get started, I usually put up a video that tells you exactly who I am and what is this that I've done for the past 22 years of my life, and the rules and the guidelines and the mission statement that we have here in Mastermind Circle. So if you guys are ready, this is a webinar like no other. You have to be interactive. You need to participate, get involved. The more you get involved in life, the more you succeed, especially in this webinar. So if you're here and you're ready to go on, raise your hand. There's a little button on the bottom that says raise your hand. Raise your hand. I want to make sure you guys are here with me. All right. Come on now, everyone. There's a lot of people in the room. There we go. Beautiful. There we go.
Bert Oliva is an international orator. He speaks around the world about his experiences and teaches humanology, the scientific study of human potential. He has enchanted audiences all over the world, showing them the power of mind over matter.
He's one of the most talented speakers out here, and I highly recommend him to any type of.
The more prepared you are, the luckier you'll be.
He is the world-renowned authority on leadership and human behavior.
Mr. Bert Oliva.
Bert Oliva!
He's considered the voice of inspiration and motivation. Today he'll pass his knowledge on to all of us.
For over 2 decades, Bert Oliva has touched the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. Bert has a dedicated social media following and an impressive online influence few possess, enabling him to communicate with audiences he has touched near and far.
I think he's one of the greatest motivators out there.
The thing I love about Bert is he's on stage and he gives his heart every single time.
He has developed many programs, recorded audio CDs, and written books, all of which to help those ranging from individuals to corporate and Fortune 500 companies. He has dedicated his life to speaking all over the globe and met some of the most influential and powerful people in the world.
Okay, let's go.
He has also coached highly successful business executives and politicians.
Normally seen as impossible.
I believe that I did it.
An infectious motivator.
So get ready to learn tools that will help you tap into your potential.
Pay attention, this is real stuff.
Get ready to have an experience you won't soon forget. Please help me welcome Bert Oliva.
Ms. Candy Blog is where candy is always in vogue. A personality-driven candy vlog with a focus on candy as it translates to fashion and beauty. With a degree in English, 2 in theater, and a background in corporate training, instructional design, and community management, Ms. Candy Blog has worked for such brands as Google and YouTube, Yahoo, JP Morgan, and City Search. As a candy persona, she has partnered with such top brands as Hershey's, HSN, Epix, It's Sugar, Sour Patch Kids, and many more. Her award-nominated YouTube channel is part of the World of Wonder Network, having received a contract in less than a week of posting a review of the RuPaul Candy Bar. And tonight, Ms. Candy is here to share her knowledge with us. So let's welcome Ms. Candy Blog.
We met in the social media. It was a group that I was following, where after I had interviewed Frank Salas, and if you haven't seen that interview, you definitely have to go see it. He created this group, and in the group, I was able to see her, and it caught my attention. Everything that she was doing, how she was branding herself, that she is a little crazy. And you guys all know what I said about crazy people. Crazy people succeed, and she's just one of those. And I really found, I talked to my wife. I spoke to my wife, and my wife told me, I said, what do you think, honey? She says, she seems very interesting. I said, well, what do you think about interviewing? She said, let's do it. So we brought her on, and she's going to be here with us today. Alexa, are you here?
When I said let's do it, I didn't know you included me in that, though.
Well, I asked you if you wanted to do it with me, and you said yes. There she is. Hi.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for accepting our invitation.
My pleasure. Are you kidding? I wouldn't miss it for the world. And thank you. I guess this is a thank you to you because you had to give me the sign of approval.
So it's very nice to meet you, Candy. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Pleasure.
Now, I have a really important question to ask you. What should I call you? Miss Candy Blog? Candy? Candy Cane? I'm not sure.
So you can call me Candy. Everybody calls me Candy. I answer to Candy. But it's the brand is called Ms. Candy Blog. And the reason is I wanted to talk about candy. I wanted the word candy in the name. It was originally going to be a blog. It turned out to be a whole video and digital experience. It's really not a blog. And then I have this thing, we can talk further about it, but there's a certain someone who has totally inspired me and made me who I am. And he's the reason I'm here today. And so in a nod to the drag culture and drag arts, I stuck Ms. in front of Candy Blog and got Ms. Candy Blog.
I mean, we want to talk about everything. But with that being said, I want to know exactly where did the candy come from? Like, where were you born? Where it all started?
Oh, so like you want to go all the way back?
All the way back.
Doesn't seem like that long ago.
Okay, so I was born in New Jersey. I grew up in New Jersey. I have 2.5 degrees, I want to say, from the State University of New Jersey. One in theater, one in English. I have a mini MBA, and then I have a master's in theater from California State University, as I used to be an actress, card-carrying member of the Screen Actors Guild, and after the American Federation of Television and Radio Arts.
As a child, when you were young, that was your dream? You wanted to do all these things? Or, you know, I'm going to go a little bit further back.
Wow. Okay. So as a child, I wanted to be an actor. We were always, my brother and sister and I were always putting on shows. We were always imitating people. We were always doing little skits. I really wanted to be on Saturday Night Live, and I wound up writing a lot of skits that I performed, my brother and our friends all performed in high school. So there was always this strong desire of performance, and not just the performance aspect of it, but the whole creation of the character, the creation of the script. I really loved writing, and I wound up with a degree in English, and I actually wound up being an English teacher and a theater professor as well. So I've kind of come full circle in my life in that I started out with a love of theater and performance. I went to school for it. I did it as a professional, and then I had this whole detour where I was an English teacher. I became a corporate trainer for Fortune 500 companies and traveled the world, 120 days on the road. I trained at JP Morgan. I trained for City Search. I then became an instructional designer where you like design the actual training. I did that for YouTube and Google, and then became a community manager for YouTube and Google, and American Express was the most recent. But now, because of Ms. Candy Blog, I've kind of found myself back in that performance space, but I feel like it's more accepted at this stage. It's just the development of the world and society. Society really has made every single person their own personal brand. And
it makes a lot of sense. I mean, Candy, when you finished school and you finished your studies, you got straight into corporate, or did you go out there and try to become that actor and try to do some Broadway? What was it that happened then?
So what happened was I graduated with my first degree in theater. I applied to go to graduate school for theater, but when I graduated college, I was 19. I did it in 3 years. And they wanted you to be in your mid-20s when you got a master's because they wanted you to have life experience. And I thought, you know what, I don't have time to wait. I got to do stuff now. So I got a full degree in English in 1 year. And when I finished that degree, I was on a plane to LA with one suitcase. I knew absolutely no one. I had auditioned for an agent in New York who lived in LA. and saw me and said, if you move to LA, we'd be interested in signing you. So I flew out. I lived with my agents. They were a married couple. I lived with them for a few months before I got on my feet and found friends, found my own place, and I wound up living in LA for 5 years. And I guess I walked away being able to say that I was on The Nanny. I was a co-star picked by Fran Drescher. And I did a number of roles where I was a Fran alike. Because, I mean, I have a few things in common with Fran Drescher.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you did experience a little bit of what your dream was before you got into corporate. And then once you got into corporate, I can see why you would be doing training, because you're very animated and you like to teach. And, you know, how long did that go for? You know, how long were you in corporate before you became the Candy?
So I've been in corporate for quite some time. And then I was out of work in 2014. And I was miserable. I was so miserable. And so I thought, what can I do that's going to make me happy? And what can I do that would bring happiness to other people, because I am so unhappy and I don't want anybody to experience this. So I thought, what is it that I would want to talk about on a consistent basis for a long period of time? And I thought, well, I could talk about makeup and beauty, but everybody talks about makeup and beauty. So I thought, what else is there that I'm into? And I thought, well, it's candy. My brother, sister, and I always, when we used to go in stores, the first place we go to would be the candy aisle. Look at what was the new candy and what was the change in packaging and what were they going to do for holidays and how to do for holidays. And then I met my husband, who, interestingly enough, likes to do the exact same thing. So I thought that was normal. Somebody in the candy industry who we call the candy man. There is a man we call the candy man. He is the man who is the brilliance behind Jelly Belly. He came up with the concept of gourmet for jelly beans. And he said to me, that is not normal. So I said, okay. And I started to create this concept of candy. And I thought, candy comes up a lot in fashion and beauty. There's that intersection where I could focus on that.
Right.
I'm going to stop so you can ask the question, because I could just talk.
Well, keep going. Keep going. I think we're going to go together. So that's when you said, okay, I know if I put these two parts and two arts together, or the concept together, I know that that's going to make me a niche, which then I can go ahead and do my shows. So why?
It wasn't so calculated as to say, like, that's going to make me a niche. I thought nobody else is doing that, so it won't look like copying. I don't want people. That's the other thing. I have this thing that, like, people are going to say, oh, I had that idea and you copied. Oh, I already thought I copied. I want to be the one who thought of it, because I don't want to take credit for anyone else's anything. At the same time, I would hope that no one else would take credit for what I've created.
Well, you know, that might happen.
Yeah, there's somebody out there that I couldn't tell if it was you. It's called Candy Blog. No miss.
So yeah, so there's someone out there called Candy Blog, and it's totally different. And she is a candy blogger who wholly photographs every piece of the candy and has beautiful photos and really talks about the little nooks and crannies of the candy, whereas mine is a personality-driven digital product. I don't really put up a blog. I'll just put up if something big has happened. So, like, I just got back from Canada where I did a note on live streaming. I just threw that up on my blog. I did a partnership with Sugar Pova, Pova's brand. I put that up on my blog, but I'm not blogging on a consistent basis. What I'm doing more is YouTubing and live streaming.
When you started doing these vlogs, you chose YouTube as your main platform, and why?
So what happened was I went to something called the Sweets and Snacks Expo. It is the largest organization of confectionery in North America. It happens every May in Chicago. And I went and I told the industry what I was thinking of doing, and they bought into it, and they gave me a lot of candy. Like, it's trick-or-treating on steroids. But I went home with this super full of candy. So I got home. My husband is a global creative director for a wellness, health care PR firm, and he's my creative director. And we sat down and we said, okay, let's do videos. Not videos, we should do video of every single candy that I got. And then I have this thing with RuPaul. RuPaul is, in case RuPaul is an international sensation known for 35 years, the world's best known drag queen, and he has created an empire and has marketed himself brilliantly. And so he is the reason I'm here. He is an inspiration. I'm actually going to be part of a book by Kim Coles where we talk about the genesis of the brand. RuPaul released the bar in 2014, and I thought, I'm here because of RuPaul, and he released a candy bar like at the same time. This is little. So it was the last video I shot, and it was the first video I uploaded to YouTube in 2014. I uploaded it on a Monday, and that Friday, the production company that owns RuPaul's Drag Race on Logo, Emmy winning now, called me and offered me a contract with them on YouTube. And
that's amazing. That's great. And that's when you knew that this is exactly what I'm going to be doing. That's what gave you the clue that this is it.
Well, I mean, I'm all about RuPaul, and then to have his people who do the show call me, like, ridiculous.
So did you finally break loose from corporate? That's it. It's gone. It's behind you.
Well, I have to pay my bills, so I have these like temporary jobs that I've been doing of community management, but it's with financial companies. So I'm like, I kind of gotta take off who I really am and hide in the shroud of corporate America. But I'm trying to break free of that by beginning a full-time speaking career. I just got back from Canada. I delivered a keynote on live streaming, 10 live streaming opportunities for your brands. Canada was very excited to meet me, and I was very excited to meet Canada. So I have a feeling I'll be taking a trip to Canada very shortly.
I just want to know, because you wear lots of candy on your head.
Yes.
Do you make those candies yourself?
So that's part of like my whole thing, is that I do have this like creative spirit. So this piece I created in 2014, it actually ripped tonight. So this might be the last time you see this headpiece. But whenever I do make appearances, I do wear my headpiece, and then it's going even further. If you look on my site, MsCandyBlog.com, when I attended RuPaul's Drag Con, which is RuPaul's drag conference that happens every year, it'll be the third year this year, I make costumes to go in what I consider candy couture, or my, and so I usually wear a bonbon for a head, and then I like to create outfits that are inspired candy. So if you know what they call them, dots, they are it's a white piece of paper with the little dots on them in blue and pink and yellow, and you eat it off the paper. I had an outfit that was inspired by that, and I did a rack that was all out of fake fur, and it had all these little balls on it, like the dots that you rip off the paper. Or I did an outfit that was inspired by candy necklaces with different pastels, and I had candy necklace shoes, and I had somebody make me a necklace that was like a fake candy necklace because I don't want to wear the real thing. And then I attended the RuPaul's Drag Race finale, where I made this like huge wrap out of net and metallic paper, and it was these huge bonbons like on my head, but out of this shiny material, and they were all like strung together and worn around my, across my back and covered me up, so I was warm while watching the finale.
Are you ever concerned that someone from corporate America is going to bump into you and see because the more popular you become, your YouTube channel is pretty powerful and popular, and you're starting to build a stronger following. So is there maybe a moment that you think about corporate maybe coming across what it is you're doing?
I actually had somebody at DragCon come up to me and said, I'm going to take a picture of you and show it to, I don't want to name names, but there's a particular American fashion designer whose daughter has a large candy store in New York City, Florida, and LA. And he was going to show my creation to this millionaire. And I thought, okay, well, my original designs are about to get hot and mass marketed, and I'm not going to get any credit for it. So it is a concern that I do have. But I think the deeper I go with this, the more maybe ensconced in trademark and lawyerliness I will have to become, which I'm happy to do to protect myself. and for those who want to purchase whatever products that do happen down the line. But hopefully it'll come from me and not from you.
Another thing I want to talk to you about is you seem to always be in a zone. That powerful zone, the motivation. I mean, like you said, your persona comes right through the video, and there's a connection. Do you put yourself in that state, or that's who you really are?
So that's a beautiful question. So the real me shows up on camera before I do a broadcast or before I do a show. So tonight, I actually live streamed doing my face on Periscope and Facebook Live. And that's where people can really come in the room and we chat and cut up and we kiki. But you get to find out the real 411 that's really going on in my life. And it's, because this year personally has been the worst year of my life. The worst. My mother had her kidney removed in March. They found cancer. My father died in April.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. My upstairs neighbor's hot water heater leaked all over our apartment, wrecked our entire apartment floor. We had to live in a hotel for 2 weeks. We had to take everything out of our apartment. And I was just laid off from my last corporate gig. And I'm like caring for my mother, as I know, like this is like it with my mother. She's been given a certain amount of time. So I created this brand, this persona to make myself happy and to bring happiness to other people. It's been really difficult to be consistent this year. I can't live stream on a daily basis. I used to do a daily show every night, 7:30 makeup, 8:30 candy. I used to have a candy trivia show with Parachute TV. I can't do that. I'm taking care of my mother. I was with her yesterday. We went to 2 doctor's appointments, and tomorrow I'll do another one. So am I in the zone when I'm doing this? Yeah, because you know what? It makes me happy, and I know it's going to make someone else happy, but there's a lot going on behind the makeup, and that's why drag and I really connect.
Right.
People who do drag, it's them putting on a persona, it's them, putting on the mask and the makeup, taking it to a different space. But all of those drag performers have been through some kind of story, and that's what creates that drag character. I am just doing my own version of drag, and RuPaul says you're all born naked and the rest is drag, and this is my drag.
And let me tell you something, even though, I don't know if you've ever been told this, I travel the world and I see a lot of people, and I consider you a global gem. Global gem are those up-and-comers that, and I'm getting not an insult, they're up-and-comers, they're going on their path of greatness. And even though sometimes you do get serious in your vlogs, and you still see the fun side, but you see the professional side, you see you. And I think that's the biggest approach, is when people get to see you. I joined that group to follow Frank, and you stood out. You stood out that I started just following you and watching what you were doing, and I think that's what's important. Yes, you got to change yourself a little bit. Like when I get on stage, I got to put myself in a certain state. Whether my mom passed away, I had to do a whole tour in Belize, but once you're on that stage, once you're doing what it is you truly love, it's not really work. And you can see that through your videos. You're not really working. You enjoy what you do. And I just wanted you to know that.
Thank you, and thank you for recognizing that. I have a big problem with things that are fake and people who are fake. And it
has nothing to do with being from Jersey and New York, right?
No. That's my own thing. And you know what? I never even thought of it as like being connected to the fact that I'm from New Jersey or New York. But I have that's just like something that turns me off. And it's nice to hear that you can see the truth and really what's about behind all of the goofiness and silliness and shtick and makeup and costume.
That's what I thought when I started looking at your blogs, and I was like, all right, Candy, yeah, okay, whatever, man. And then I started paying attention to your blogs, and I was like, hey, she's pretty smart, man. She's giving facts about candy and the origin and what they taste like and what they're made from and comparisons. And I was like, oh, this is actually rather interesting because I love information.
So as you're going through these tough times right now, and I know that, I've been through it too, and I tell people all the time, you've either had a mess in your life or a test. To me, that's part of a message or part of a testimony. And right now, you're giving us a message. For those people who are watching or they're going to watch the replay, they can see that, no matter what you're going through, you have to stick to what it is you love in order to succeed. And that's really what success comes from. I mean, you could be the smartest person in the world and not succeed because you're not willing to do the things that other people are willing to do. So, I know this is not the first time you've gone through this, and it's not going to be the last time. I'm going to make sure that our team prays for you because it is a difficult time. I mean, my mom passed away 3 years ago, and it was not easy. However, I can see that hunger and drive that you have, and success is right around the corner for you. And yeah, but you know it, you feel it,
Well, every day is you get a little step further, but there's always, you want to be this, you want to be that, you want to be this, hurry up, I want to make it happen now, and you just have to, just have to wait.
I mean, I've been doing a bunch of videos for 7 years, and RuPaul hasn't contacted me. So I think you got something right. So what are you trying to do with it? Tell us a little bit more about what Candy is going with the candy. I know you do things for children too. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So this, as I said, like the whole thing, like right now it's Halloween. Usually I do a whole thing on Halloween. I plan on doing Halloween, but little detours keep happening, and just I take the detour because I feel like, well, the universe is telling me to go this way. So now I had this whole plan to do all this different candy reviews. I have a ton of candy from companies who are writing me saying like, when are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? Give us the link, give us the social, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't think is what I'm supposed to be doing right now, because now with the speaking, having done this first moment in Canada and having such an amazing reception by some of Canada's top speakers, and them all talking and giving me feedback and telling me that you should be here, you should be there, I want you to know this person, that person. So it looks like right now I'm supposed to be speaking in Canada. That looks like where the journey is going to take me next. Of course, I haven't even looked at the Halloween candy yet, because I need to look at it properly with my live streaming audience. Otherwise, what's the point of me looking at the candy? Only I will get to enjoy it then. That's where I'm going next.
So does your husband enjoy the candy with you?
It's so funny. When I first met him, we would both like to take trips into Rite Aid. You might have Rite Aid. It's like, it's a drugstore. Yes, it's big. We would go into Rite Aid and we would look at the candy together. And I just was like, when I met my husband, I knew he was the man that I was going to marry. But then to have this particular attribute that he liked to look at candy and try new candy, it's very funny. So I just got back from Canada and bought him all this different maple candy. He likes maple. So it's fun, I've gotten mail that's saying like, why are you talking about candy? Candy is bad for you. It's like you're pushing drugs, and it's fun. Everybody's got a memory tied to candy. Everybody has some nostalgic feelings around candy. People are passionate about candy. My YouTube viewers write me letters telling me, oh my God, I can't stand that candy. How did you give a good review? Or I love that candy. How did you say it was a bad review? I have people, I did a video on Bulgarian Kit Kats. Can I tell you the Bulgarian viewership I have? I didn't know I had it, but they're all writing me telling me I was wrong about the Bulgarian Kit Kat.
Wow. Well, speaking about candy, you did a review on a Hershey corn candy.
Oh my God, yes. I'll be back right now. I'm not aware if it is, but it's the white bar with the candy corn in it.
Yeah. Did Hershey reach out to you for that one?
So I have not had any companies reach out to me after the fact and complain and moan. The only complaining and moaning I get from candy companies is, as I said before, when are you going to review my candy? Hershey, actually, interestingly enough, sent me a box of Hershey Kisses last year for Christmas, because with the Christmas release last year was when they changed their whole products from natural to natural, and they changed it with a barcode. So there's a difference in taste now because the products are more organic. and they wanted people to know about that. So Hershey.
So speaking about Hershey, have you been to Hershey, Pennsylvania yet?
I was in Hershey, Pennsylvania as a corporate trainer.
Wow.
And I can tell you, they are very particular about who trains their company. So they had someone in the room watch me to ensure that I was meeting their needs. So that's a little bit about Hershey. The other thing is Hershey has a gym membership that they offer their employees. They take the gym membership, they give them a large chunk back in their health plan. So that's like a big incentive for them to go to the gym, because in every single place in the Hershey offices, there's candy, like in mass. I was just like eating it as I was training the class.
Well, speaking about eating so much candy, because you probably do, but you look fantastic and your skin is gorgeous. So what's the secret?
So the secret is I'm not really eating the candy. I'm really here to taste the candy, to smell the candy, to give the experience of the candy, but I'm not there to eat the candy. So it's a taste. That's it.
So actually, you're not eating candy ever, right?
I am eating candy. Absolutely, yeah. But it's not like I have people who will write me and say, why don't you just eat the candy already? Or during my live stream will say, just, eat it already. I'm there to taste it. If I really, really like it, I will shove the whole thing in my mouth. But that's not like the point of me doing this. It's not, but because I was doing it so frequently, I did limit myself that I would only have candy on camera, because it gets to be a lot.
Now, this is not the average type of choice for a business. So I'm sure your entire family is backing up on this, right?
My entire family, they knew I was doing this thing. They've watched the videos. They give me feedback. Like, why do you have to say, why, I have another one of these that I created that there you see broken. If you go to my Twitter account, there's a picture of me and RuPaul, and that particular bonbon is really large. So they'll give me feedback on the costumes, the makeup. But then I live streamed my presentation from Canada, and that now they get it.
Okay.
Crystallized in their mind what I've been doing with this whole wacky stuff, and you actually there's actually a story to tell, and there's actually people who want to learn from this information. So they're there.
So Candy, what keeps you motivated to do this?
You know what? I feel like this is my oxygen, and if I didn't do this, then I wouldn't be able to live.
Oh, great answer. Great answer. And how do you define your success?
So I don't define it by money, because that's not where it is. It's just, do people appreciate it? When I have people come into my scopes and say, you don't know this, but you once said this to me, and you don't know what that meant to me and what that got me through. Or I have people who say, you've really motivated me, or you've really touched me. That's it. Like the fact that I could help someone, that means a lot, because I know what it's like to need help.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So before I bring in these people, if there's anyone out there that wants to ask questions, it's the time where you go ahead and ask now that you want to ask a question. You know what you have to do, go to the Q&A button and then get on the queue so you can ask the next question. So before we do that, I'm going to ask Candy a couple more questions. Let's keep going. One thing I want to know is where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I'd really like to be speaking much more frequently, doing that as a regular thing. Maybe having a guest spot with a TV show. I know we all have our shows on live streaming and YouTube and stuff like that, but to be able to partner with a network or a TV show as their go-to person. I actually got a call from LA, and someone said to me, I just saw you on the morning news. And I was like, what are you talking about? And they were doing a video on Halloween, and it's very interesting. The video they were doing was at the Goodwill store, and they were talking about costumes. And then in the middle of the video about costumes, I appeared, and it seems like the editor took one of my videos from YouTube. It's if you go look up Ms. Candy Blog and you look up worst trick-or-treating or best trick-or-treating, they took a 7-second clip of me talking and stuck it in there. And it was awesome. The editor was going to use it, but used it for the wrong thing.
Okay.
The whole idea of me being working with a show or a new show isn't far off.
That's pretty cool, though. That's interesting. How can whoever is watching, how can they support you and what it is you're doing? You know, I want to know, like, besides asking, you know, for, you know, buy this product, buy that product, that's fine, but how can they support you, you know, to follow you on YouTube? What else? Give me some more things.
Sure. You can follow me on YouTube. You can follow me on Periscope. That's really where you'll see me on a consistent basis, as well as Facebook. I have a Facebook group called Ms. Candy Blog Sweet Spot. And if you really want to know, like, about things as they're happening, that's the best way to see it. Otherwise, you got to follow me across all social.
How can viewers learn how to follow their dreams like the way you're doing?
I've been through so much. And again, there'll be a book that's going to come out. I'm a part of a Kim Cole's group book. And there's a story there. So you have to do whatever it is you have to do to make you happy, whatever that is. Because if you are not happy, there is really no point in going through life miserable and not being who you want to be. So you need to do that. And if you need to follow me to motivate you to do that, I'm your girl.
That's right. You can follow her. We have a couple of questions. They're anonymous. But for those of you that are ready to ask questions live, you know I prefer those. Those are great. So don't sit there by the sideline. Let us know that you want to come on live. So, Alexa, you have the first question, anonymous?
Yes, so is there a candy that you will not eat?
Is there a candy I will not eat? So I'm a vegetarian. So that in that there is a ingredient called gelatin. Gelatin is made from typically bones of a cow or a pig. So because I am a vegetarian, I won't eat anything with gelatin, which means no marshmallows, no gummies. I don't eat them.
So what's your favorite candy?
My favorite candy is something called a molasses sponge, which people really don't know about. I've had it because I grew up in New Jersey, and when you go down the shore, there's little candy shops, and they sell these sponges. And they call it a sponge because when you bite into it, it looks like a sponge. But it's, if you've had a See's crisp, See's candy has these flat candies called crisps. That's what it's a lot like. Kind of the consistency of like a Clark bar or Violet Crumble, something like that. But it's called a molasses sponge, and good luck trying to find it.
We also got another anonymous question that asks if there's any little candies coming up in your future.
What do you mean? Oh, it's like little candies. What brands are releasing? No, there's no there's no little candies coming up. Thanks for the question.
There's an anonymous question that says, if you had an opportunity to create a candy, what would it be?
If I could be any candy, what would it be?
Yeah.
Well, that's easy. The thing on my head is what it would have to be, because it's pretty, can be sparkly, you know, depending on the color, but then you like get to unwrap it, and there's these layers. As you peel off the layers, there's like this goodness inside and all this different, maybe, and then inside that candy, there's something inside. That's really what a bonbon is. It's confection covered over by another confection. So because I have so many different layers, I think that a bonbon would be that I would be.
You're such a girl.
My name's Chevy Gunn, and I'm from, my name's Tom. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Hi.
How you doing?
See you.
Your energy is just so infectious. I mean, I just love it. It's awesome. I'm gonna follow you on Periscope because I follow a few people on Periscope, and I'm gonna follow you on your Facebook group. It's just because I just love listening to you talk. Your smile just is so effective. You know, it's awesome. So you'll be a great speaker. So, and all with your experience and what you've done in corporate and stuff like that, that's pretty cool. So I thought your stories, I like it. It's pretty amazing. So I wish you the best, and yeah, I'm gonna be a follower. So my question is, when companies send you candy and stuff like that, like, do they send you like a case or 2-3 cases? What do you do with all that extra candy?
it's interesting how generous some companies are. Some are very generous and send me variety and a lot, whereas other companies send me only a little bit, just enough to be. If there's extra candy and it's unopened, or if it's extra candy and it's wrapped, I would bring it to work and give it away, or send it with my husband to give it away. I've looked into giving it to charity, but they want it to be closed. Okay,
well, if you have some extra candy that's closed, I got a suggestion where you can take it to.
Okay.
Because Shriners do a lot. They go to hospitals and visit children's. I'm a Shriner, and we have like 22 hospitals. And they could take that candy to the kids in the hospital.
Okay, if it's wrapped up.
If it's wrapped up, you could take it to them, and they could take it to the kids and give it to the sick kids in the hospital. That would be awesome.
Thank you. That would be awesome.
Yeah. So, and like I said, I love your energy, and so I'm gonna be a follower.
Appreciate it, and I look forward to know you.
Thank you, Chevy.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Have you ever eaten Chinese candy?
So yes, I have had Chinese candy. The problem for me with Chinese candy is some of it, I can't read what the ingredients are. And I know that different candies do have gelatin. For example, White Rabbit, very popular candy amongst my audience and people who I meet who like Asian candy. So no White Rabbit for me. My husband recently went to Thailand and brought me back a number of different Kit Kats as he had to do a layover in Japan. So I had like mango Kit Kat, wasabi Kit Kat. They eat, in America we have Hall's cough drops, and we think of them as cough drops. In Asia, they think of them as candy. So I had a grape Hall's, which started out good, and then I got to the mentholated part and wasn't good.
So you said that you're starting a new series that would be a little lower production so that you can go a little faster. What does that mean?
Okay, so if you look at my YouTube channel, and the first videos of the YouTube channel, which would be all the way down, were heavy production with different angles and huge lighting, and my husband shooting it, and my husband editing it, and my husband putting in all this, like stuff, After Effects. He can't. So I've scaled it back so that it's like all me, and whatever I can do, that's what it's gonna be. So there's no editing. It's all whatever I shoot, that's it. So if you look at my most recent videos on YouTube, it's me with an iPad, just like I am now. There's no camera. I used to have a 4K camera. No more 4K camera. Because I can't use my husband as a resource because he's got his own thing, and he needs to sleep.
Have you been invited to join a nonprofit board yet?
No. Could I be invited to join one?
I just put up a slide showing people how they can contact you on Facebook groups, MCBSS.
Ms. Candy Blogs.
Periscope, and besides you said Periscope and Facebook, right? Those are the ones you're using right now.
Periscope, Facebook, and then YouTube. I'm always, that's always a constant.
I just put that up so if you guys are seeing it, make sure you take a screenshot. However, at the end, the members will send you to the members group. We'll give you the information so you can follow her and see what it is that she's up to. And Alex, your question was?
Because I saw somewhere that you wanted to be invited to a nonprofit board. I was wondering if that's happened yet.
No, it hasn't. But you know what? I have so much going on. That's okay. If there is a nonprofit board out there that would like to invite me to, I'm happy to listen.
Are you asking for a certain reason, Alex?
Oh, you never know. I run a nonprofit, so you never know.
Well, Candy, thank you so much. It was better than expected. Just like I thought, when I saw your video and Alexa saw your video, the connection was authentic. But now seeing you in real life, but for the most part, through the internet, the energy you have is great. We wish you amazing success. We're going to be a support for you. We're going to be able to keep following you and share it on our social media and let people know that if they have children or they love candy, they need to be watching you. That's really the important thing. But again, thank you so much, and looking forward to continuing to connect with you.
Yes.
In fact, I have a cruise that we're going on, a speakers cruise in October, and I'll have Alex call you and give you more information about that, where there's a bunch of speakers that get together. It's like a place to recharge and learn from each other and get contacts and so forth. So it's great. Maybe you should be a part of that. And it's going to Canada next year. So you never know. Again, thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to say before we leave?
No, but I wish everyone well and happy holidays, because I know like we are in the holiday season. Pretty much. Halloween, Thanksgiving, then Christmas, then it's New Year's.
Well, my holiday starts tomorrow as soon as the hurricane comes.
Oh, you have some good candy for that hurricane.
I'll be calling you as soon as it's over. Thank you so much. Everyone, I want to thank you for another great session of Mastermind. My name is Bert, Oliva, and remember to live life and don't let life live you. I will see you next Wednesday.
Register online and join us today for all new live interviews and weekly topics only at themastermindcircle.com.